What's up, guys? It's Lucky Luke. I'm up here in the mountains of northeastern Vermont, and I wanted to give you guys a little update, sneak peek at how the Ratchet Short Bus Tour Bus is coming along. So I got a few shots of me spraying the thing down with my paint and primer. So I'll throw that in, and then I'll get to showing you guys the finished product. So here she is all finished up. For those of you who don't know, it's a 2012 Chevy Express 4500. It's got a 6-liter LS V8 and a 6L90 automatic 6-speed transmission. I painted it with Magic Primer, which I have right here. That's what that looks like. And I used Krylon tractor and implement enamel, and I went for a light gray right here because I really like gray. It's easy to mix, and I also wanted to have a lot of heat rejection because I'm going to be using this thing to go all the way down to Florida, and so I don't want to be baking down there or really any time if I don't have to. So it was important to me to go fairly light so I could avoid soaking up a ton of heat. I just finished taking all the masking off, and I'm pretty pleased with how the thing came out. I don't have too much work left to do on this thing overall. The exterior is pretty much completely done at this point. It's all painted up. I'm done unmasking it. So we're pretty good. I'll show you guys the only real exterior modification that I did, which was I had a broken window right here, and since I knew I was going to be using this rear space for cargo, I decided I wasn't going to actually get a new window or a used window. I actually just made this sort of block off plate or window delete. It's just some 1/2-inch plywood that I cut to shape to fill the window frame, and then I covered it with some, I think this is 16th or 32nd thick steel sheeting. And so I just primered and sprayed paint right over this, just like the rest of the bus. I think that came out okay. I sealed it with some silicone, so it should be weatherproof and everything. Before we go inside, I forgot to mention, I pulled this side window off, not because it was broken, but because the sealant was starting to fail, the glue actually holding the window onto the body. And so I decided, since I was going to paint, and I was going to be sanding before primer and paint, I might as well just pull the window off and do this just like I did all the other exposed exterior of the bus. And now that I've unmasked everything and given the top coat a little bit of time to dry, I'll be throwing the side window back any day now. Now I switched to 360 mode on my Insta360 X3 here, so I can give you guys a little tour of the interior. It's fairly basic. For now, I've decided to skip doing plumbing or any type of really intense like battery or solar system. The battery and solar will definitely come before anything else when I do get around to it. But the whole idea behind this thing is to be a budget sort of touring traveling rig, and I ultimately don't totally need it. So what I've done here is I started by gutting the seats out of the whole thing. I tore pretty much everything that I didn't foresee having a need for out, and then I got this laminate imitation hardwood flooring from some guy on Facebook Marketplace that finished his project and had a bunch left over. So it cost me about $40 to put this whole floor down. You can see I got these shelves laid down. These are going to separate the sort of living area from the cargo area, which is back there. And the only reason these are laying down is because every time I move the bus, they've been falling over. And anchoring them down is something I'm about to do but haven't done yet. And they were scaring the bejesus out of me every time I moved the bus around. I got this futon frame at Home Depot, cost me $75. This mattress was free, so I'm pretty pleased with that. It folds out perfectly, just right out to this little padded barrier here. So I'm not going to have any trouble moving things around or making it fit when it's time to snooze in here. Let's see, what else did I do? Well, I got this TV mounted here. It's not as sturdy as I'd like it to be, so I'm going to be redoing my mounting system, but it's where it'll be for now, so it does just as well for a sort of proof of concept, I suppose. I went really in depth installing a stereo in here. This is a nice, the brand is called Dual. It's a 10-inch Android Auto and Apple CarPlay capable head unit. So I relocated these switches and relocated a bunch of other stuff to make this fit where I wanted to. I decided that I would just fabricate my own single DIN mounting bracket instead of buying one of those cheapo install kits. Ran into plenty of hiccups along the way, including some faulty wiring and whatnot, but I did get that figured out, and it sounds great. I've got my one 6x9 door speaker installed down here. It was originally a 4.5-inch circular coaxial speaker that was two-way, just a woofer and a tweeter. I replaced that, so now it's got a 6x9 woofer, a compression driver, and a tweeter. Sounds great. I haven't yet gotten around to installing my second identical 6x9 three-way setup. That's going to go down there, right there in that kick panel. I just need to fabricate a little sort of box for it so I can pull it out off that panel a little bit. I'll probably build that out of some wood and either paint over it or stain it. You can see I got some interior panels still pulled off because I'm still working on making sure that I've got all the wiring laid that I need. Excuse the mess. I'm still kind of deep in the project right now, but we're getting close to kind of closing it out. As I mentioned briefly earlier, this is going to be my cargo space back here. The cargo will basically be my audio rig, which I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of in a second. My DDJ1000 DJ controller, which is in a massive case with some rack space in it. And, cabling, lights, everything else. I'm going to be pretty much self-contained for any of the shows that I need to be while I'm traveling. And so that's what all this space is for. Excuse the mess. I got body panels and tools, hardware and everything. Because, as I said, still working in here. As promised, here's a little look at the audio rig that I'm going to be bringing with me. This has all been coming together over about the past 2 years. Here it is in the barn. A little messy in here, but The mid-high front of house setup is these Yamaha DBR 12s, which I've had the longest out of this whole rig, and I love them. They sound super good. They're wicked reliable and never had a single issue with them. And then I've got either monitors or fills here. These are DBR 10s. They're newer, but it's not like a different model revision or anything. They're simply just newer. I've owned them for less time. Here's something kind of funny. I made these speaker or subwoofer to speaker poles out of hand railing that I actually took out of the bus. I had just enough to cut these two poles, and I need to create some sort of cones to make these fit super snug. Right now I've just got them test fitted in there with cardboard, but I think these are going to work really well. Probably saves me a little bit of cash from buying them on Sweetwater or whatnot. And then the latest purchase that I've got down here is I got 4 of these Yorkville UCS1B subwoofers. I was confused initially when I was trying to figure out what UCS1Bs were, because there's no documentation online. Eventually I figured out that B was just the denomination for having this bed liner type coating on them. The regular UCS ones came with carpeting, I guess. But anyways, these are 15-inch horn-loaded subs, theoretically capable of 137 decibels SPL maximum per cabinet. These things are gonna thump. Right now I'm looking for an amplifier to power them, and when I find that amp, we'll pretty much be ready to go here.